had the they had at E3, and everyone was butthurt because there was this white man playing on the pan flute, and everyone was super butthurt. And then everyone came to this guy's defense, being like, "This is one of only like 5 men that have mastered this instrument in the entire world."
Yep.
Who just happens to be white. And then it went radio silent for a while. Then we saw that
Yeah.
one trailer. I think it was at the Summer Games Fest. I think that was like the next real. No. Yeah, I think it was the Summer Games Fest. Was like the
Yeah.
last trailer that we saw. We saw that trailer, and it was like it showed like 15 seconds of a cutscene, and then it was like see more at the PlayStation event tomorrow. And I'm like, okay, so we watch it, and like
Oh yeah.
those were like the only 2 trailers.
Yep. That's what it was. So a lot of people were like, "Well, there's no way that's the best-selling game because it was Last of Us Part 2. Last of Us Part 2 is a sequel, so it's
Yep.
the best original selling game in
Yeah,
the history of the PlayStation."
Infamous.
Yes. So yeah, 2.5 million copies in just 3 days. A little sidebar too. I don't know if you knew this, James. So being stealthy in the game, I guess, changes the weather.
The weather.
So that's
Yeah,
actually pretty good.
if you're more stealthy, there's more thunderstorms and rain. Because it gives the illusion that you're hiding and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, basically, the more like of an assassin you are, it becomes foggy, rainy, and storms. If you're more active, then it's just sunny.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no
And
point of you hiding.
You have your little pan flute that can change the weather too. But that's beside the point.
GTA 5 Online and Red Dead Online are getting some massive updates. Red Dead is actually coming out on Tuesday. They are adding a Frontier Pursuit mode with new abilities, a new Outlaw Pass, and then another big update for GTA 5 will be coming out later this year. It's not said what that update is, but we will have more news soon.
I completely forgot that Red Dead 2 had an online mode.
Yeah, me too.
I completely forgot Red Dead 2 was a thing.
With that being said, oh, where'd it go? I just had it. Sorry. Okay. Somebody from DC or Warner Brothers, actually, I should say, has leaked the Arkham City franchise's numbers. So the entire Batman collection has sold 12.5 million copies and has grossed $600 million.
Ow.
It is unknown where this has come from, but it was leaked to PC Gamer from an employee who actually works at Warner Brothers.
Wow.
Because these specific numbers are usually never released, but someone had basically sent a copy over to them. The total marketing campaign of all of the Batman games combined cost $5 million.
That doesn't seem like a lot.
No, not at all. So yeah, that's all they spent. They spent $5 million in marketing and made $600 million in profit, which is crazy. This Batman game's really fun. If you never played them, they actually are really. Arkham City, no, Arkham Knight was my favorite.
I thought they were
Yeah, it was definitely super cool. The visual styling in that game was on point.
Oh yeah,
Are they all like that? Because I think that might have been the only one I played.
I think most of them are like that. The Arkham Knight though is to me by far the best. And I think it has the best animations.
It's like they pulled directly from
PC.
like Tim Burton.
Yeah. The next chapter of Fortnite will introduce cars. So
like
yes.
the movie Cars?
No, like actual like cars. You know how you can drive like 4-wheelers and stuff? So they're actually implementing cars now into the actual game because you have roads. So you have roads in the game, but they never actually had cars that you can drive on the road. So now they are implementing that. You actually can run out of gas. You can do a fender bender. where if you run into something, your airbags actually deploy and it hurts your character. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. That's I'm just looking at James's face. He's like, "What the fuck?"
Why? It's not
Yeah,
like I'm.
why? I have no idea.
Yeah, it's not like I'm playing. Oh, Mark, by the way, when I was talking on stream yesterday about that one game that I couldn't remember the name of when I was playing Dreams where you crash cars and stuff, I was thinking Flat Out.
Gotcha.
Literally just came to me.
BioWare, or good old friends at good old BioWare, have confirmed that yes, they are still developing a Dragon Age 4 game. So if you've been waiting for one, they come out in an interview uh, this past weekend that they are indeed developing a Dragon Age 4. It is taking a little longer than expected, but they said don't fret, as it'll be released sometime into the future, hopefully by 2022.
Is the game
I've
going
never
to come
played
out
any.
before or after they get closed by EA?
I know, right? I've never played any of um the Dragon Age games, but I know people that played them. They say they love them. So
Origins is really good.
last couple things I have, I'll save the one before we get started. Square. Remember last week how I was saying how Square has come out with a new company, um,
Mm-hmm.
um, the Balon company that they had released. It's their action games.
Yeah.
So they have come out with their first game. It's called Balon Wonderworld.
Oh
It
yeah,
is.
yeah, that game looks rad.
Yep. Sonic and Nights into Dreams creator um, are coming up with musical adventure. So Balon World is a new 3D action musical player. Square has developed and it's coming out of spring 2021. It's coming to the Switch, PS5, Xbox, basically everything. It is being made by Sega, which is absolutely cool. So there is 12 different tales await players in a bizarre and imaginary world of Wonderland. As the star of the show, you will use up to 80 different costumes while exploring labyrinth stages filled with different tricks and traps to go into the heart of the story. As you adventure through the land, fantasy, and reality, you have to find a way to bring balance to others and yourself through a musical adventure. So we shall. It actually looks pretty cool. That's Balan, Balan, Wonder World. So, and if you watch the trailer, it actually looks pretty cool. It almost looks like the characters of Splatoon, in a sense, mixed with like fantasy. So,
Yeah, it looked rad.
who plays World of Tanks? Anybody? Anybody? No one? Okay. So World of Tanks is getting crossplay. You now can play with.
Now I'm playing. Oh,
Yeah.
if it's crossplay now,
Yep.
there's no reason not to play.
It's also getting WWE themed vehicles. So, do you ever want to play on a tank with a picture of John Cena on the side of it? Now you can.
You ever
You wanna-
play that
Get out of here.
WWE Twisted Metal clone and you really liked it? No, here it is in World of Tanks.
Pretty much. You wanted Undertaker's face in the side of your tank? Well, now you can. Boom, there it is.
That's good. My life can be complete now. This is what I've been waiting for.
Did you ever? Who liked Ubisoft Forward? Anybody? Who thought it was
What?
enjoyish? The Ubisoft Forward event that happened last month. Anybody actually enjoy it?
The Hyperscape thing was cool. That's pretty much it.
Watch Dogs Legions can't run at 60 frames per second on a 1080 or 2080 Ti in 1080p or 4K and Ultra. So that's something.
So, if you enjoyed the Ubisoft Forward so much, can't wait because coming September, Part 2 is coming. They have officially announced that Ubisoft Forward Part 2 will take place mid-September. Well, they will release more information on Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Gods and Monsters, Rainbow Six Quarantine, and other surprises that have yet to be announced from the first
Better
one.
be a new fucking Rayman game or Splinter Cell game, or I'm
Uh,
rioting.
The last piece of thing that I have, James actually posted. I'm surprised he didn't talk about it. So, did you ever play Minecraft and you're thinking to yourself while you're playing Minecraft, I really wish I could play Doom 95. Guess what? Your prayers have been answered. They have come up with a mod where you actually can put a Windows 95 computer into Minecraft and play Doom 95 directly on the computer inside the virtual PC. Yes. It is officially a thing. You can play the full game of Doom 95 inside of Minecraft.
Just continuing on with the whole tradition of, if it has a processor in it, we're gonna make Doom run on it.
Yeah, I'm watching the video now. You literally, the dude rolls up to his computer that he built, that he put into Minecraft, and he clicks it, and he is straight playing Doom 1. It's freaking crazy. So that is all that I have. Now, time for the big event.
There was one other thing.
Stop.
This is for Jeff. I don't know if you got my text from a little bit ago, from like a few days ago. But there is. Let me take a look to get the exact name right. Where is Jeff Schroeder? There you are. Have you taken a look at Bomb Rush Cyberpunk?
No, I haven't. I meant to actually. Yeah.
Look
I'm
it
gonna
up.
now.
So, if you like Jet Grind Radio or Jet Set Radio, and you're yelling at Sega, "Hey, make another one,"
Right.
well,
I need more of that funky music too.
your prayers have been answered. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk
It is
by Team Reptile is coming out. It's on Steam, or it's
coming out.
Yeah, it's coming out for Steam and other consoles. Its release date is currently future, but it's going to feature music from Hideki Nakamura, the man, the myth, the legend, the meme lord himself, that has made all the music for the Jet Grind Radio, the Jet Radio games.
That's awesome.
What's the? It does. It looks exactly the same. What is? Except I don't see rollerblades.
No,
It looks like he has just a. What were those shoes? Where the centers were like
Heelys?
grind plates?
Oh,
Soap shoes. I
yeah,
had a
soap
pair of
shoes.
those.
Did you get
I
it
never
because
had
of
a
Sonic
pair of-
Adventure?
I don't know. I don't know. No.
Because
I
Sonic
got-
has
I got
soap
'em-
shoes.
Really?
In Sonic Adventure, yeah, it was a cross promotion thing.
See, the thing that sucked about soap shoes is eventually they would break in the center. And then you'd be walking around with a pair of shoes that had no support in the center at all. It was just two separate pieces. It just didn't work. But that's they were fun to run around in though. Then they came out with the soap shoes with the Heelys built in.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
my gosh! And then you were a street shark at that point.
I fucking had Heelys, man. That was fucking Ryan. I got yelled at so much in school. You can't have those here. That sucks.
I ride the Heelys to
Dude,
escape the
I love-
feelings.
I always left the
This-
heel in, so I was taller.
This looks really cool, man. This looks crazy. This character on the screen here reminds me of something out of Fully Cooley or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm hyped for it.
So before we get started on the Xbox Series X, Xbox Microsoft Gaming 360 showcase,
Long ass title.
they had some pre-show shit that I didn't even know about, and I had to go find it. My son actually found it, which is crazy.
Huh.
Yeah. Hello Neighbor 2 is coming out.
Cool.
If you are looking to play the beta, you can now at helloneighbor2.com. So how we stumbled upon this was, it was right at the beginning of the showcase.
Oh,
My
the part
son,
that I skipped?
wanted me to type in "Hello Neighbor," and so I typed it in and it said "Hello Neighbor 2 trailer." It was under IGN, and next it said Microsoft Showcase. I'm like, huh? So I play it, and then it's a really good trailer, and sure as shit, it I go look it up, and it's real. I was like, holy crap! Okay, well, thanks, Grayson. So, yeah, Hello Neighbor 2. You can play the beta now. Essentially, the premise of it is, so if you recall, if you ever played the original Hello Neighbor, you have to basically sneak into this dude's house. Uh, this time, there's a
He's
guy
sneaking
with.
out of the house.
It's basically a dude with a penguin mask. It's more creepy, and you have to be way more stealthy this time without making much noise. As well as Hello Neighbor 2 takes place in an open world. So, a premise of this game, so they have developed a self-learning AI system that will actually track your movements and track how you actually go about playing the game, and the AI inside the game changes to prevent you from doing certain things.
I can't wait
So,
for it to be a broken mess like the original.
so the premise is the AI is supposed to adapt to how you play the game to make the game harder for you.
We
And-
are the ones that are training the Terminator.
Pretty much. In this system, you do have to explore an open world because if you recall, in Hello Neighbor 1, there was other houses, but you didn't go into any of the other houses. Now you can. So essentially, you wake up into the city. The city has basically been set on fire, and it's really dark and gloomy. And instead of going between your house and your neighbor's house, you could go into the whole entire town. And then the creature that is in the neighbor's house actually follows you and adapts to, like I said, like your gameplay, and then makes the game harder. So we'll see how it goes. It is set to release spring 2021 in full release on Series X and Xbox and PC. And let's get into the Microsoft Xbox Series X showcase event.
All right, so
World premiere.
world premiere. So I watched the entirety of this. I don't have notes for the entirety of this because I was taking notes before Mark got on, and we just rewatched it. I rewatched it from the beginning. So, Walker, you're gonna have to take over eventually.
No problem.
All right. So the first thing they show off is armor being made.
Yeah, they
And
do.
it's like, oh, what is this? Oh, hey, it's Halo Infinite. Oh, it's an actual demo. Nice. There's a lot of me just typing out things that I'm thinking during this. So, the facial animations don't look great, but then again, it's a demo. Never mind, it's probably the dude's beard. Never mind, it looks good now. So, it starts off with Master Chief and dude that rescued him from space landing on the Halo. And Master Chief has to go out into this open world and shoot, kill, bang things. Yeah. So one of the cool things about this is that, again, it is an open world.
Yep.
You have a grappling hook now. So you can, like, grapple hook a barrel and then yeet that barrel at an enemy and it just goes boom. It's coming out holiday 2020.
I have stuff to add to that. First off, when I saw the cinematic part of this, I'm like, if this is how that's when I text you guys. I'm like, if this is how the fucking game looks, it's the best looking game I've ever seen in my life.
I don't know.
And
man.
then it
Doesn't look
actually
that
went,
great.
and then it went into the actual game, and I'm like, oh, never mind. So I was looking at the actual like the movie trailer. I thought that was the
Oh yeah, that would look incredible. There's no
yeah.
way.
That's what I'm like, dude. This fucking game's amazing. Is this really what this looks like? And I was disappointed when it started playing the actual trailer. It's like, oh. So yeah, James said it is an open world. It does include a day and night cycle, where the longer you're out and about, it will become night, and the nights are more hostile than the days, as well as there will be upgrades and more for weapons and different pieces of armor. You can play through the whole entire night and through the day as long as you survive, essentially. So there is a non-linear storyline that you can approach to, as well as you can just do the linear storyline that beat the game if you so choose. So that'd be pretty huge. Were the other Halos open world like this?
No.
The only one close to it was ODST.
They also have guaranteed that the split screen co-op will be available at launch, as well as the online
yeah.
multiplayer will be available at launch. They weren't sure if they were going to be able to have the multiplayer online portion completed before it was launched due to everything going on, but they have just come out and said yesterday that it will 100% be available at launch, as well as the split screen co-op, which I don't know who does that anymore, will
Hey, man.
also be available.
I love split screen co-op.
Legends. Legends do that now.
That's true.
If I
So
can't
that-
dip potato chip, I ain't involved. I don't even want nothing to do with it.
So yeah, that was huge. What do we got next, James?
Well, next was an interview with 343 Industries.
Sure was.
They said that Infinite is going to be several times larger than the past two Halo games combined. It's going to run at a flawless 60 frames per second. And more info will be coming soon, along with multiplayer stuff.
They also said the mechanics and the feel of this game will be different than any other Halo that you've played. And they've also teased the return. Microsoft just posted a tweet today, teasing the return of Master Chief. Didn't he die in the one of them, or something like that?
Well, what do you mean?
Like the original
return of
character,
Master Chief.
like the original Halo. Is it the same character through all the Halo games?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah, it's all Spartan 117.
Oh,
Yeah,
because
like-
they posted online a picture of him, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, he's coming back!" I thought it was something different. Never mind. Scratch that. Ignore me.
Yeah, and then 343 is like, here, take a look at the other games that Microsoft Game Studios is working on from our partners at Microsoft Game Studios.
So really quick, just so I have an understanding of the premise of Halo. So why was he floating in space? Like what happened in the last one?
He blew up the Covenant ship. He's gonna give
Gotcha.
them back their bomb.
That's that spiral in the sky, right? Like that
No.
circle.
That's the Halo.
Ah, okay. I don't know the premise of these games. So why was that Halo broken?
Because you broke it in the first game.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, you go back to, I think, the same Halo.
Fun. Okay, continue.
Hey, you guys know what time it is?
Game time.
Do you guys know what time it is?
I sure do. I know what the next trailer is.
It's time for a world premiere. God, I miss that so much. You guys don't even know how much I miss that. So there's a lady. It's in the snow. There's a lady with a crossbow sitting at a campfire.
I first saw
Probably-
this and I'm like, oh, it's a new Tomb Raider.
Right?
And then there's a wolf that appears. And then lady screams at wolf, and then wolf. And then, as she's walking later on in the day, she sees blood. And the wolf is dead. And then there's a zombie deer that killed the wolf and is eating it.
Fucking zombie
Oh, the
deer
irony.
is eating the wolf.
The irony. State of Decay 3 was announced. It's coming out for Series X, Xbox One, Windows 10, and will be on Game Pass.
That trailer looked amazing.
It really did.
I've never played any of the State of Decay, so I can't. Once again, I can't really speak
Well,
for
hey.
him, but it looked pretty cool.
State of Decay 2 is on Game Pass. So you can check it out. I think it's like a top-down, almost like RTS kind of thing with base building elements.
Hmm.
I think, if I'm remembering correctly from the first one. Next up, oh hey, hi, Phil Spencer. How you doing, buddy? Nice shirt. Nice Halo Infinite shirt. You know, it's weird. I feel like in the past, few months, I've seen Phil Spencer more than in his entire tenure at Microsoft combined.
Oh yeah.
Going to be showing off 9 of the 15 games from 9 of the 15 Xbox studios. 5 new first-party games. All games shown will be on Game Pass. And then Turn 10 is currently in early development of a new Forza game. Hey, Forza, world premiere. Yeah, it really just shows that's running an engine. It's finally a Forza game that can compete with Gran Turismo and graphics. I stan Gran Turismo all day, every day. Yeah, but it looks good. But if you move that camera, it probably breaks the game. So,
Forza
really say.
Motorsports.
Yeah.
I will say though, when they showed the Xbox Series X and they took it apart, I didn't know that huge piece on the top was a huge fucking fan.
Yeah,
That was
they
pretty
need
cool
it
to see that.
so it doesn't overheat.
Yeah, that was pretty
like
cool
all
to
the
see
other
that.
Xbox consoles.
So I didn't know that was a thing.
It's probably going to overheat.
Probably.
I would put money on that there's going to be a red ring of death for this. Next game they showed off was Everwild from our friends at Rare. Everwild, or also known as Let's Never Make a New Banjo Game Again. So it has that really beautiful Rare art style, that like cartoony, colorful graphics, kind of like Sea of
Looks like-
Thieves.
See, like, yeah, or Ori, the Whisper of the Wisps or whatever.
Will of the Wisps.
Will the Wisps, or yeah,
Will
look
of the
like that.
Wisps.
This is more of an open world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically
Looks pretty
about humans using the power of magic to heal animals.
Yep.
At least that's what it looks like. I really liked that one lizard who I like to believe his whole job is to just vomit out fish. That's his sole purpose in life, is just to vomit out a bunch of fish.
It's the
course.
rated G version of Hellblade, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Then they had an interview with Rare. You play as these people called Eternals, and you can feel how magic flows through nature.
Everwild.
Yes.
Everwild. Let's leave the Banjo series on. Let's leave the Banjo series at nuts and bolts.
Rip.
You have to.
Still fucking salty. Alright. Next game is Tell Me Why. It's from Don't Nod. It's about a brother and sister. They showed it off, I think, at whatever the last... I think the Xbox Series X reveal event. It's about a brother and sister who... mother tries to kill the brother. And they kind of go back to the house and...
Try to figure out why.
Figure it out. And
Sorry, this game does not look very entertaining to me.
no, so one of the things they said during the interview, was it just looks like, hey, you like Life is Strange?
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is Life is Strange.
It
Congratulations.
looks like a video game movie that is basically working title childhood trauma.
Yeah.
Yep.
The male voice actor, the adult male voice actor, I can't believe he got paid for this role. Because I'm not a voice actor, but I know how to show fucking emotion in my voice. I
Yep.
do it every week on this podcast. This dude showed no emotion whatsoever through any of it. But hey, if it looks interesting to you, Chapter 1 is out August 27th.
Yep. And basically, if you watch the trailer, there's spirits that show up, and then you have to watch the spirits, so he basically relives his childhood trauma where his mom's chasing him with the shotgun.
Mhm.
Tell me
Sure.
why
Like,
is the name of the game.
my mom chased me
next-
around with a shotgun most of my childhood, and I turned out totally fine.
Did you, though?
Like,
Did you, though?
Half.
yeah, I'm fucking perfect, bro.
Okay.
10 out
Alright,
of 10.
If you're perfect, meet me on the battlefields of Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. Let's see how
Oh?
perfect you really are.
Oh, you're gonna put yourself in a World Star moment. Don't even do it. You're gonna be
Nick.
like Pink Ranger, and then the Pink Ranger's gonna be on, just upset about power levels and stuff.
Sure.
Go on.
The next game is Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Hey, we just talked about that game.
We did.
You know, at this point of the program, I'm starting to get that itch. I'm missing that world premiere voice. I'm really starting to miss it. But apparently they're working on a very special version for the Series X that's going to run at 120 frames per second in full 4K HDR. It's going to use premium audio tech. And that's coming later this year via smart delivery. Outer Worlds is the next game. Peril on Gorgon. It's going to be, quote, the biggest mystery in the galaxy. It takes place in an abandoned research facility, the Gorgon asteroid. It's full of scandalous strangers, thrills, danger, intrigue. It's the new first half of the Outer Worlds DLC, story DLC for the game. One
Looked
thing
fun.
to note, though, it must be purchased separately. If you have the base game on Game Pass members save 10% off of this DLC. And that's coming out September 9th. Yep. Hopefully it's better than everything else in the Outer Wild. The Outer Worlds. Other than the first 2 planets. Hopefully
You didn't like it
it's
that
as
much?
good as hopefully it's as good as those first 2 planets, because those first 2 planets are top tier. Next, they showed off Grounded.
This game actually, this trailer was way better than what they originally had. This actually looks fucking awesome.
Hey, guys, guess
It really
what?
does.
Guess what? It comes out tomorrow.
It does. It's free.
Yeah.
So are we gonna play it tomorrow?
Fucking do it.
I already preloaded it on my system.
I want to hear your comment about the start of this trailer.
Oh no! This entire trailer is just me doing quotes from the trailer.
It fucking made fun of itself. It was amazing.
If you're if you're
Oh,
waiting for
yeah,
the biggest
it did.
game of the year, then wait for Cyberpunk. From Obsidian Games, creators of games not like this one, this summer, strive together to survive together, or just feed your friends to the spiders and go solo. And then there was a Battletoad statue that they were all standing on, and I was like, oh man, Battletoads was pretty fun. Yeah, that comes out July 28th, which is tomorrow.
And
then-
you literally go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say in the trailer, it's actually fucking cool. Like first you just have this tent made out of 2 leaves, and then from there you take it, and then there's a huge fucking fortress that you get by chopping down pieces of grass, finding leaves, finding little twigs. It's like an animated version of Ark, but with shit that you find on the ground.
It's Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the game.
Yeah,
Right.
so that's pretty
Then-
fucking cool.
Then they had an interview with Obsidian. Peril and Gorgon is going to be the first of 2 story packs for the Outer Worlds. I forget what I put here. Oh, I think that's Grounded. Will be on Xbox Game Preview and Steam Early Access. And then they said, "Hey, we're working on the next big Obsidian RPG." What? Avowed. World premiere. It's medieval. You got giant skelly bellies. You fight monsters. One sword in one hand, magic in the other. You guys like Skyrim? Because it looks like Skyrim. Wait, it might just be Skyrim. Todd, is that you? Are you just selling me Skyrim again? It's not. No, it's not Todd Howard. Interview with Obsidian Part 2. It's going to be an expansive first-person RPG set in the world of Eora, and it is, quote, Obsidian at their finest. Next thing is an interview with Interior Night, which is a new studio, debuting their new game. First game spans 30 years in the American Southwest. Story about family, resilience, and sacrifice. You shape the fate of these characters, and I immediately turned off. I was immediately turned off by that. Telltale Games turned that shit off for me. And then I put Kenny will remember that as a reference to Walking Dead Season 1. So we see As Dusk Falls. World premiere. It uses an interesting art style where the characters are all like hand painted and hand drawn like 2D, but everything else in the world is 3D. And I don't know if I like that or hate that. I still can't decide if I like it or hate it. It is a quote an original interactive drama. Bullshit. It probably isn't. I think the dad got robbed All the characters look the exact goddamn same, except for the female characters. Daughter's older. The daughter's older now, and I just didn't care. I really didn't care at all for this game. They said you'll shape the fate of these characters, and like I immediately stopped fucking caring. Ninja Theory had an interview. Apparently, 3.5 million players have played Hellblade.
Sure have.
The new Hellblade game will run on Unreal 5, and it will take place on Iceland. And they have a dev diary on their YouTube channel.
So if you want to keep up with what's going on with that game, definitely check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Then they
It's a
show off
US
Psychonauts.
saga.
Yeah, and then they show off Psychonauts 2. And I thought it was just going to be more Hellblade 2. I thought they were going to show off some more Hellblade stuff, but no. We get Psychonauts 2. Hey, Jack Black and Tim Schafer.
Yep.
Raz goes into I put Jackal Black. Jack Black's character's brain that's in a jar. Jack Black is singing, and it's very psychedelic. And that's where my notes end. So take it from here, Walker.
So essentially, if they were to have E3, Jack Black, I'm assuming, would have came out and did a whole
Probably
concert of this. He sings basically the theme song to Psychonauts. Yeah.
Psychonauts.
So he basically does a concert. He's singing. The premise of it is you're inside Jack Black's brain, and then you have to go on a mission and then fight some shit, which is pretty cool.
That's probably just one of the brains.
Yeah.
I bet there's gonna be a ton.
So the next thing they talk about Destiny 2, how it continues to grow, and it's even easier to play. You will have it soon. Xbox Game Pass will support Destiny 2 on Xbox Series X, the One X, and they called it the Cloud. They didn't say xCloud, so there was rumors that they were changing the name from Microsoft X or Xbox Microsoft xCloud, and they were going to change the name, and she just said cloud. So it is very possible that they're.
I thought they were going to call it xCloud. They were going
Maybe
to drop the project part.
Maybe it was just xCloud then. Yeah, but she just called it the cloud. The new version of the game will be released on launch for the Xbox Series X. It'll support 4K and 60 frames per second, which is huge.
And the Game Pass version will include all of the previous DLC.
Yep.
Or you could just get it free with your Google Stadia Pro subscription that no one has.
There is a new expansion. It's called Beyond Light. Destiny 2 Beyond Light launches November 10th, 2020. That is the new expansion. The next one is a world premiere.
World premiere. You just like say my name or something. Just give me the heads up and I'll just say it.
Gotcha. It is a console launch that will be released the day of whenever the Xbox comes out. Stalker,
Launch title.
yeah, launch title. So Stalker 2 is
That
an exclusive.
shocked the hell out of me.
Yep. Exclusively on the Xbox platform. Stalker 2 is real. Set in the area of Chernobyl, which was made famous by nuclear disasters. A long-awaited sequel. It features heavy science fiction elements. Creatures are shown growing underground in labs, and you have to venture into the unknown. I've never played.
Shadows of Chernobyl is a fantastic game.
Really?
Fantastic.
I've never played that one, so I'm not sure that was. So the next one is a launch exclusive. So basically, it shows a bunch of family sitting around playing, just staring up, all different sorts of people. Kids playing with their dad, parents playing with their kids playing with their parents, random people everywhere playing together. I was like, okay, what is this? Tetris Effect connected.
Hell yeah.
So the next adventure in the Tetris Effect is finally coming to Xbox. Basically, it's a multiplayer experience. I don't know if it's going to be like Tetris Battle Royale, but it's essentially a multiplayer Tetris game that you can play with anybody in the world.
Well, it also has its full single player as well. Because
Okay.
Tetris Effect is a full game. Really, really good VR game. Um, yeah, it's fun. Tetris Effect's really good.
James.
World premiere.
So the next one, it's once again an animation-looking game. You got this chick with this really big robotic arm looking into the sky. She runs down a hill into what looks to be like a really dark area with sludge.
Yeah, the
So,
sludge, I think it's called.
The
Oh,
gunk.
the gunk. There we go.
So essentially, what it is, you're running around. It's from the creators of SteamWorld. Uh, Unlike some of the other developing the previous games, this one is completely fully 3D environment. Gunk appears and it takes different shapes into different like monsters, and the landscape grows and changes, and you have to use your hand to suck up the gunk, and then use that to fight other monsters. It almost same concept as like Ori, almost like a
It's
Ratchet
like
and Clank
Slime
feel.
Rancher.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I. Yeah, I can. That makes sense. And all these two, by the way, have the thing in the bottom corner that will have smart delivery,
Oh yeah,
which is
they're
pretty
all
cool.
gonna be smart delivery. They're all gonna be on Game Pass.
So the next one, which is probably my favorite out of all of them. So it starts with a little butterfly, and it's going in this beautiful land, and all of a sudden the butterfly passes through a wall, and everything becomes
Oh, yeah.
red, and everything's on fire, and the butterfly runs into a bunch of flames and catches on fire and dies. So Medium is a game where you play as a girl, where it is a game where two games are rendered simultaneously to each other. So it is, I'm assuming, what's supposed to be a horror game of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
Has two concepts. So kind of the same one that we talked about earlier, where the boy was running away from his mom, and she was hunted. This girl almost got shot and killed when she was a little kid, according to the trailer, and she goes back into the town where it all happened. It has a Silent Hill vibe to it. Everything's all dead and run down, and there's buildings that are abandoned and everything like that.
Yeah, when
So
they showed off this game originally at the Xbox, the Series X event, they said that they took a lot of inspiration from Silent Hill, and it shows.
Yep. So, and what the next part of the trailer, she's walking in this area. It's really abandoned, and all of a sudden, an earthquake happens, and everything changes, and the sky becomes red. Everything's on fire, and then they put the two games simultaneously side by side with each other. So this game is rendered uh, side by side. It's a nightmare scenario that can be lived by the basically you're a medium who can see the other side, and the character you play can see these creatures, but you have to continuously switch back and forth between reality and the ghost world. There was a segment where that you hear a creature and you're in the real world, but if you don't switch over to the ghost world, that creature will kill you. So there's times where you can be walking around and you hear something and you don't switch over fast enough, you switch over to the ghost world and the creature's right in front of your face and kills you. That was one of the big things that they discussed, is that this game, the Medium, will be rendered. It's two games, like I said, rendered simultaneously with each other. That will make the game very interesting. So
Yeah, if
we'll
it
have
does
more.
if it does that whole split screen view that they showed off in the trailer here, that would be extremely impressive.
Oh yeah, that'd be amazing. James.
World premiere.
So this next one was kind of a shock. All of a sudden, we see a logo that says Sega, and we're going through. There's a bird flying around. It's twirling. It's doing its thing, and it's riding high, and it's coming through. Okay, what's going on here? Got some creatures in the ground, a brand new, an expansive world. Then you see a guy with a blue sword running, knocking out a mech suit, and then he's shooting the mech suit. And I'm like, okay, this looks like Final Fantasy. And I'm like, what is this game? It is Fantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis.
Yep, the next expansion for Phantasy Star Online 2 that I think has been out in Japan for a few years.
And that is coming 2021.
Just
Uh,
I know Sega really, 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 really didn't want to bring this game stateside. They were super against it.
really?
And then probably Microsoft was like, here's a bunch of money, bring it over stateside, and we can ruin it with a horrible client. And then they did. And now I'm like, okay, so when can I play it? When can I play it on PlayStation? Because it's already out on PlayStation. It's been out on PlayStation for 10 fucking years.
Like, nah, man.
No, I'm refusing to download the Microsoft Store version because I have to download a fan-made client to get it to work. That shouldn't exist. Fucking idiots.
The next one is a console. It actually ended up saying world premiere in the bottom corner, but it didn't actually pop up on the screen, which didn't make any sense. It is Crossfire X. The Crossfire X campaign is co-developed by Remedy Entertainment. It appears to have some kind of psychological, character-driven elements, but also it is an intense first-person shooter, and it is free to play later this year with an Xbox.
Not the single player. You
What?
have to buy the single player separately. The multiplayer
Oh,
is free
yeah.
to play.
Yeah, the multiplayer is free to play, coming out later this year.
The single player game is not going to be on Game Pass and is not free.
That's funny.
Good old Tencent.
Yep, of course. And then I missed it somewhere. They showed a new Warhammer 4000 Dark Tide.
Oh, yeah.
It's an Xbox console launch exclusive. Basically, it is extremely high production value. A recon squad has been sent into the hive in order to squash some sort of unrest, and they finally find the situation worsens. Warhammer 4000 Dark Tide.
Good old
Uh,
40K.
and they talk about how they weren't able to showcase everything they had wanted to showcase, but promises before November they will be doing another showcase to add on to whatever they have. And then they said, with that being said, we have one more thing for you guys, and we hope you enjoy, and we'll see you soon. So it goes into James.
World premiere.
And then from Xbox Game Studios, you're looking at a forest. You got a bunch of trees. Playground Games presents, it shows, and you're just kind of walking around. You see a fairy floating around, all happy, glory, dancing, and she's going through a river with some fish, and she's all excited, and she gets eaten by a frog. And the frog goes, rope, ribbit. And the frog just kind of looks at the screen like, what's up? And then the words Fable come across the screen, which indicates that they are making the next Fable game, which was actually leaked the day before. So people were already anticipating it. But they did announce that the next Fable game is coming out.
Yeah, so I think my exact words to Mark when that showed up was, well, before the Fable thing, I'm like, oh, look, it's definitely not another Fable game. They're not making another one of those. No wonder they're not making another one of those, because their last game was a fucking Kinect-only title. No wonder it sucked. And then I was like, oh, shit, Fable.
Another Fable title. Welp.
So a lot of people are super excited about that. I've only
Only on
played
Kinect.
like 5 minutes of Fable 3. But we'll see.
Fable's good. 3 not so much. 1 and 2 are really good.
And that's the Xbox showcase. They have said obviously there will be more out soon. Coming up here, I don't think there's any more gaming showcases. I think we are. Let's find
We're
out.
in the
Summer.
clear. Next one would be I think end of August with
Yeah.
Gamescom.
Yep, Summer Game Fest. That already happened today. The next big ones, League of Legends Festival. That's happening next week. Not that much people care about that.
Well, a lot of people care about that. No one in this room cares.
Oh yeah. And then today they had Pokemon Go Fest, which I didn't know that was a thing until Schroeder said it. So that's what we got. Let's get into some releases, shall we?
Let's. So this is for the week till the 2nd. All right. So on the 28th. Oh, this isn't up to date. This doesn't have Grounded on there. Oh no, yeah, it does. Never mind. All right. So on the 28th, we have Ageless coming out for the PC and Switch. Other Side coming out for PS4 and PC. Cuber's Arena coming out for the PS4 and Xbox One. Skater XL coming out for the PS4 and Xbox One. Destroy All Humans Remastered coming out for the PS4, PC, and Xbox One. Demon Tilt coming out for PS4. Maid of Skier coming out for PS4 and PC. Samurai Showdown Neo Geo Collection coming out for PS4, Switch, and Xbox One on the 28th. Grounded is coming out on PC for early access and Xbox game preview. Mega Dimension Neptunia 7 coming out for the Switch. Lost Wing coming out for the PS4 on the 28th. Escape Game Fort Boyard coming out for the PS4 on the 28th. On the 29th, we don't have nearly as many games, but we got Lost Wing coming out for the Xbox One. Blightbound coming for the PC. 112th Seed coming out for the Xbox One. Nowhere Profit coming out for the Xbox One. Dual Gear coming out for the PC. And Nicole coming out for the Xbox One. On the 30th, we got Barry Stars coming out for the PS4 and Switch. Nowhere Profit coming out for the PS4 and Switch. Hellpoint coming out for PC and PS4. Yakuza Kiwami 2 coming out for the Xbox One. Fight Crab coming out for PC. Oh, shit, we still got more. Merchant of the Skies coming out for the Switch and Xbox One. Mobile Suit Gundam versus Maxi Boost On. Is that what it is? Hold on. Maxi Boost On coming out for the PS4. We also have Demon Blaze coming out for the PC. Heroes of Hammer Watch Ultimate Edition coming out for Switch and Xbox One. On the 31st, we have Not coming out for PS4 and PC. Family Mysteries, Poisonous Promises coming out for the Xbox One. Fairy Tail coming out for PS4 and PC. Cat Quest Plus Cat Quest 2 Possum Pack PS4 on the 31st. Castle Storm 2 coming out for PC and Xbox One on the 31st. Heroes of Hammer Watch Ultimate Edition coming out for the Xbox One on the 31st. Seasons of the Samurai coming out for the Xbox One. Lost Wing coming out for the Switch. Free Tactics coming out for the PC. And finally, we have Swim Out coming out for the Xbox One. Back to you guys.
Appreciate it. For movie-wise, nothing too crazy. Apocalypto, the Mel Gibson movie, is coming to Blu-ray and 4K on the 28th. I've never seen it, but I know people like it. You like NCIS? Season 17's coming to DVD and Blu-ray.
Oh, I was about to say, is that show still on?
The last season's coming on the 28th. A couple other things. Let's see what we got here. Nope. Hawaii 5-0 Season 10, which was the last season that, what's his name was on before he died. I can't remember his name. Luke Perry.
Oh, okay.
Orange is the New Black Forever, or it's called Orange Forever. It is season 1 through 7. Every episode of Orange is the New Black is coming to DVD and Blu-ray. That is coming out on the 28th. The 29th, the new Transformers movie, TV series, Transformers War of Cybertron. It's an animated TV series. It is a Netflix exclusive TV series, which is weird they have the rights to that, but hey, why not? Then a couple other things kind of scrolling through here. Where was it? Oh, it doesn't come out until after. August 4th actually has a bunch of stuff. August 1st, my birthday. Nothing's coming out on that. So, and that's all I got. And I call that a podcast.
Sure, that does sound like a podcast.
Go around the room really quick. Where can we find you? What you're gonna be doing possibly this week, and what we got going on?
All right, well, since I started off first, you can find me streaming Ghost of Tsushima and maybe some other things at twitch.tv/People I Hate Studios. You can check out my VODs and other things on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/People I Hate Studios. And you can check me out on Twitter at People I Hate 10. Probably going to play Ghost of Tsushima, maybe, definitely playing Grounded. Yeah, that's it that I know for certain.
Perfect.
Jeff, you're up.
On the YouTubes at the Splash Screen Gaming, as well as that on Twitch, and then on Facebook, it's Team Splash Screen, and Instagram, Splash Screen. Splash Screen G.
Something.
It's been a while. I haven't even really been keeping up on that stuff.
Been a while.
But yeah. But I don't know, man. I've been really him-hawing on either Hellblade or A Plague's Tale. But I haven't had any connection issues at all with the show tonight, so
Well, that's good.
I might actually stream something here soon. So I don't know. I'll post some stuff if I end up doing. If I do it, I'll be noisy about it. So, yeah.
Perfect. Good shit, man. For myself, Captain Geach 15 on everything, as always. Definitely playing Grounded. Don't know if that's a game to stream. I guess we'll find out if it is or not. If it's like Ark can be kind of boring to stream at times, but it's a different type of adventure, so maybe I'll just do that tomorrow instead.
Well, I think it'll definitely be a good, well, would you look at that?
Yeah. So got that going on. Gotta played a little bit of Apex, maybe continue to do that. But other than that, who knows what I'll be doing. Gonna finish up what's it called? Big Bang Theory.
We gotta do those Sea of Thieves update stuff too.
Oh yeah, I forgot that comes out on. Yeah, we got to do that as well. That is true. Now the 28th, Sea of Thieves.
We have a lot going on. We got Grounded tomorrow, and then maybe we'll do like Sea of Thieves the next day. And then I tickled the idea of bringing the Thursday night battle royale with Cheese Up again. So I don't know if people are down for that. Maybe.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah.
But I'd be down if this internet thing works. Then I'd be down to streaming, doing some streamings.
Hell yeah, man. Well, that's all for me. Mark, what about you, man?
You can watch me make mediocre content on Twitch and YouTube at MarkDude701. I'll be playing some Death Stranding. Who knows if I'll stream it, but we'll see. I also know that I want to play the Destroy All Humans remake whenever that comes out on the 28th. So,
yeah.
Yep.
Pretty hyped for that one.
Everything comes out on the 28th.
That's what I'll be doing. If you want to see it, you can see it on Twitch or YouTube at MarkDude701.
Nice. Good shit. And as always, you can find us at Level Unlock Podcast at the good old Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Email us at levelunlockpodcast@gmail.com and find us at Twitter at what, James?
LVL Unlocked Pod. That's LVL Unlocked Pod.
And as always, if you'd like to become part of the Patreon, the Level Unlocked Nation, the Lockpick Nation, you can do so at patreon.com/levelunlockedpodcast. And as always, we will see you bright and early, 10:30 Eastern Pacific Mountain Time next week on August 2nd. Y'all have a good night, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Have a good one.